Welcome back once again. In this part, we will complete our update and delete functionality for our daily shopping list apps. So for doing this, first we need to set our update layout input field. So first we need to add our edit text. So edit text is going to be edit type is equal to mview.findViewById r.id. Edit type update. So edit type update. Edit text is going to be editing. Edit amount is equal to mview.findViewById r.id. Edit amount edit text edit note is equal to mview.findViewById r.id. Edit amount upd. Sorry, it was edit not upd. And now we need to add for button. So button, so we can call it btn update is equal to mview.findViewById r.id. btn save update and button btn delete is equal to mview.findViewById r.id. btn delete and btn update dot set on click listener, new on click listener. And button delete dot set on click listener, new on click listener. Now we need to create a string variable. So string type string mtype is equal to edit type dot get text dot toString dot trim string amount is equal to edit amount dot get text dot toString dot trim and string mnode is equal to edit node dot get text dot toString dot trim and now we need to set some global variable and then store our data to inside this global variable. So for doing this, we need to create variables. We can call it private string is going to be type string, variable name is type, private string, amount should be integer, so private integer amount, private string, note, private string, post key, and this post key is equal to get reference position dot get key, and type is equal to model dot get type. Node is equal to model dot get node, and amount is equal to model dot get amount. Now we need to set all these three input field inside our edit text. So edit type dot set text is going to be type, so and we need to add set selection, so edit type dot set selection, and is going to be type dot length. This line will start our typing indicator at the end of our text. And for edit amount dot set text is going to be amount dot set text amount. So maybe you understand what we are doing here. We store our data inside this global variable, and this global variable we are setting inside our edit text. Okay, so edit amount dot set selection, and we need to convert it to string. So string dot value of amount dot length. I think for set text we also need to convert it to string. So string dot value of amount and edit note dot set text, and we can call it note, and edit note dot set selection, note dot set selection, note dot length. So now if we run these apps, we will see our data inside our update layout when we will click any of these items. So here is our application. Now if we click any of these items, we can see our data. But our update delete is not working, and the reason is that we did not add any functionality for update and delete. Okay, now our layout and our edit text is working perfectly. Now we can update our data. Maybe we did a mistake inside Here we don't need to create any more string variable. We can use our same global variable that we set inside our edit text. So instead of string, okay, first create an integer variable. So you can call it integer int amount is equal to integer dot %, and change this to amount, and create a string variable for our date. So string date is equal to date format dot get date instance, date format dot get date instance dot format new date. Now data is equal to new data, and now we need to change our types of all these things. So we don't need to, so add this type int amount and our note and our this date and our post key. We are adding this line of code for our from our global variable, and now we need to change this. So before that, first set this data. So m database dot child, and this time our child is going to be our post key, and dot set value, and we need to add our data. Okay, and now we need to change this string variable. I think we don't need to change it to string m type. We need to use our global variable that we declare at the top of our home activity. So instead of string m type, so remove this one and change it to type. Remove this m note, add to note type. Okay, first remove this string amount, and add it to amount. I think we need to change it to string because we declare it to integer. So remove this one and create a new string variable. So this one, so string m amount is going to be edit amount dot get text dot to string dot trim, thing all done, but we need to change, and instead of using this line of code, we need to change it to add it here string amount and change it to string dot value of, and that is our global variable amount. Now I think all functionality done, and we need to add this m amount in here. Okay, so I think all done, but we added we added our type twice instead of note. So I think we need to change it. So change it to type to note. This one should be note, code edit note. Now I think all done. Hopefully it will work, but make sure that we are at same sequence. So type amount note date and id, and go to this home activity and select type amount note date and our post key and amount. Our string value. Okay, so I think all functionality done. Okay, so now we can run our application. Before that, check it all this functionality done or not. So we added our date, we added our database and child and value. So run this application. Hopefully we will be able to update our data. Still we need to add a functionality for our delete option. So now we can see our data and click and update it. I can call it food and change this amount and change this note. I can call it burger food and update. But uh, our dialog is not dismissed, and the reason is that we did not add and we did not dismiss our dialog box. So for doing this we need to write dialog, what was the idea, what was the other dialog name? Name was dialog. So dia dialog dot dismiss, and for delete button we also need to add dialog dot dismiss. Now run these apps once again. So now if we click any of this item, now we can see our alert dialog and update it. And we can write shopping and change this amount and change the note. We can call it t-shirt and update. Now we can see our shopping and our data item, our amount and our this note is updated and our date also. So I think all functionality is working perfectly. Let's update few more data. Just added fish, amount 480, add note, you can call it Ilish fish and update. So data is updated. And change this type, update it again, we can call it beef, at 4000 and note, I think we can call it 1 kg, just for example. Add text, data is updated. So we can see we can update it each and every data of item. We can update it our title, our note, our date and our number of amount. So all this functionality is working, but still we need to add our delete functionality and our log on functionality. So update all this field that we need to update. So just add a type grocery and added some shopping item and change this note, we can call it we can simply call it note should be, we can call it some stuff and update. And for this one change some data, drinks and for amount we can choose is 40, and note we can choose about some drinks. And update, and now we can see data is updated, and at the same time our total amount is also updated. So all this functionality is working perfectly, and we can update each and every item. Okay, now we need to add our delete functionality. So, and for adding a delete functionality, it's very easy. We just need to take the post key, and we need to use remove value function. So it's a one line of code, and I will show you here how can you remove each and every item one by one. So we can edit our new data. Now inside our button delete, we need to add our database name. So our mDatabase.child, and child is going to be post key, that is our random key. Inside our random key we have our all data, so this post key dot remove value, so this will remove our value. Now run these f's once again. Now click any of this item and delete. Now we can see our data is deleted. So delete. Okay, data is deleted. So all this functionality is working perfectly. So we can update our data and we can delete our data one by one. So we successfully complete our update and delete functionality.